What's up, Rough Cutters? It's Tyler, aka Cali Creek, and I welcome you guys to the Rough Cuts Wednesday. First, I want to apologize for not putting up a review last week. I'm going to be putting these up a lot earlier than I usually have been lately. But now it's time to get serious, because the film I'm reviewing for you guys is one of the biggest hit horror films of the past 10 years or so. It's the most profitable film of the year so far, from what I've heard, and that is the new horror film Insidious, which just went out on DVD on Tuesday. It's directed by James Wan and written by Wan, who were both collaborated on Saw and Dead Silence. We center on a normal American family who the parents are played by Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne, and they have recently moved into a new house, but then something strange happens to their son, and they begin to experience these disturbing things that happen at every night in the house. They call in some professionals, where their conclusion is, it's not the house that's haunted, it's their son. Now, I tried to catch this movie back when it was in theaters back in April, and I could have still seen it a few weeks ago because it was still playing at the local discount theater in my town. But I finally got around to watching it from Redbox, and I gotta say, oh man, this is honestly the scariest movie of the year, and maybe even one of the scariest of the past 10 years for sure. All the actors do an incredible job with the work that they're given, as they really carry on these very realistic characters, and they never try to go too over the top with their personalities, and they just make it as real as possible. This film is a total riff on the haunted house genre, but it manages to take a very realistic, supernatural approach at the same time. Out of the whole cast, though, I think that Rose Byrne definitely stands out. I mean, damn, how many movies has she been in this year? She was already in X-Men First Class. She was in Bridesmaids 2 this year. I'm telling you, this actress is definitely going to be a big star in the future, and her acting is incredible in this movie. She really nails down a lot of the necessary emotions that her character must handle, because she's the main one that experiences all these disturbing things that happen in the house, and she does a great job at conveying the emotion that her character goes through because of how tormented she becomes. James Wan and Wan are best known for starting up the Saw franchise, aka the series that never seems to end now, but they also did a little film called Dead Silence, which wasn't a really hardcore, bloody film that most horror films are these days, but I thought it was a very reserved and very moody suspense film that really built up all this horror till the end. And that's kind of what this film is, but minus the blood, because it's PG-13. Wan proves that you don't need blood to make a horror film very good today, because those are the ones we see most often. It's the dark, moody, and very eerie suspense that builds up to that great final act that really makes this film worthwhile, and definitely one of the best so far this year. The filmmakers in this movie are out to prove a point that as long as you just have a great job at creating all the scares in the film, and never relying on too much blood or gore for a big shock factor, you can really scare people. And the way they riff upon the haunted house idea in this film, it's very much a cross between Poltergeist and The Exorcist, and it's in the best way possible, because also you have the producers of Paranormal Activity working on this film, and that's another reason why that eerie suspense builds up so well to that very potent final act. I really enjoyed Insidious. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Definitely the best horror film, and I feel like the only one that can really top it is Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. So thanks for watching my review, and stay tuned for next Wednesday for yet another Rough Cuts review by me. And if you like what you see here, head over to my main channel, Cali Creek Reviews, where you can check out my latest reviews for the latest releases in film, both mainstream and independent. And I'm also beginning to review cartoon shows as well, most notably old Nickelodeon. So stay tuned next Wednesday for another Rough Cuts review, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.